संसारदाभानललिरलोक त्राणाय कारणगणगणातं प्राप्तस्य कल्याणगुणनवश वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् महाप्रभु कीर्तन नित्य गीत वादित्रमाद मनशुरसेन रोमाञ्चकम्पाशुतरङ्गभज वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् शिविग्रहाराधननितनाना सिंहरतन्मन्दिरमार्जनादो युक्तस्य भक्तं च निजुन्ततोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् चतुर्वेद श्री भगवत्प्रसाद शाब्दनतीप्तं हरिभक्तसङ्ग चतुर्वेद श्री भगवत्प्रसाद शाब्दनतीप्तं हरिभक्तसङ्ग कृतैव तीप्तिं भज सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्री चरणारविन्दम् श्रीराधिका माधवरपार माधुर्यलीला गुणरूपनान्मा प्रतीक्षणा स्वादनलुलपश वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द निकुञ्ज जुनारति कैलिशिदय जाज्जालि बीजुक्तिरपेक्षणीया तथा त्रिदाक्षाततिबलवश वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द साक्षादरित्रेण शामस्त्रशास्त्रै रुक्तस्तथा भागत एव शैरी किन्तु प्रभुर्च प्रिय एव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् यशो प्रसादो भगवत्प्रसादो यशो प्रसादन नागतितोऽपि दयं स्तुवं तस्य जस्यसि सङ्गं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दं वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दम् नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी प्रशांत देशतारिणे Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Namami Sharam Satchit Anandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Vyolukala Pravamanam Paramashtamadhyanta Todita Gopya Yadanta Muhurneta Yukmam Mijantam Karam Bojayumena Satankanetam Muhurshasakam Patirekangakanta Stita Gevam Damodaram Bhaktibhadam Iti Jaksalila Vir Ananda Kunde Swagosham Nima Jantam Akyapayantam Tadyeshi Tagnyeshu Bhakta Jitatva Purna Prematastam Sata Viti Vande Varam Deva Moksham Na Moksham Vadim Va Nachenyam Vineham Vare Shadapiha Idam Deva Purnata Gopala Balam Sada Me Manasya Virastam Kimanye Idam Deva Purnata Gopala प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालब्धिमग्नम्
नमो देव दामोदरानन्त विष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालब्धिमग्नम्
कृपादृष्टिविश्याति दिनं बतानु गृहनिशममज्ञमे दीक्षिदृशा
कृपादृष्टिविश्याति दीनं गतानु ग्रहणेशममज्ञमे दीक्षिदृशा
कुबेरात्मजौ बद्धमृत्वेव यद्वत् त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजकृतौ च
कुबेरात्मजो बद्धमृत्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मोक्षितो भक्तिभाजकृतौ च
ततः प्रेमभक्तिं स्वकाम्नि प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थितामुदरेह
तथा प्रेमभक्तिं स्वकामितयश्च न मोक्षे ग्रहो मे स्थितामुदरेह
नमस्ते सुदाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय तव विश्वसदाम्ने
नमस्ते सुधाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयोदराय तव विश्वसदाम्ने
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवतुभ्यं
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवतुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम्
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवतुभ्यम्
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
अंतर एकदम हरे कृष्ण
हरे राम
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
राधा
हरे राम
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jaya Jaya Gurudev
Jai Om Shnu Pada Pramhamsa Pajaka Acharya Shtota Shata Shishima This Divine Grace Aparchana Vrinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai ISKCON BBT Bhaktivedanta Institute Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Shnu Pada Pramhamsa Pajaka Acharya Shtota Shata Shishima This Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda Ki Jai Nama Acharya Srila Haridasa Ki Jai Premi se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Purushottama Chaitra Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Shri Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Samavrita Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Bahulashtami Ki Jai, appearance of Shri Radha Kunda Ki Jai, Shri Radha Nilamadava Ki Jai, Shri Radha Damodara Ki Jai, Shri Yashoda Damodara Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glory to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya Pralada Lada Daine Hiranyakashi Purvachaha Shilakankalakalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yato Yavitato Narsimha Bahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Madhim Sharanam Prapate Tava Kara Kamalavare Nata Adbhuta Shinga Talitan Hiranyakashipu जगदीश रे जय जगदीश रे अद्भुत श्रृंगार जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय
So we read the translation of Damodar-stakam. To the Supreme Lord, we can read it all together. To the Supreme Lord, whose form embodies eternity, knowledge, and bliss, whose earrings swing to and fro, who shines beautifully in Gokula, who quickly ran from the grinding mother in fear Mother Yashoda, and who was caught from behind by her, who ran faster than he. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful, and his quick breathing shook the stranded pearls on his neck, which bore 3 lines like those on a conch shell. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodar, whose belly is bound with ropes of his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. With these super excellent childhood pastimes, Lord Krishna drowned the residents of Gokula in pools of ecstasy. In this way, he declared to those absorbed in knowledge of his majesty and opulence, I am conquered only by my pure loving devotees. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodar hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, though you can award all kinds of benedictions, I pray to you neither for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor for the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor for any other such boon. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bala Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart, for what use do I have for any other boon besides this? O Lord, again, Mother Yashoda kisses your lotus face, which is framed by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, and beautified by your lips color red like the bimbo fruit. May this vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands of other benedictions of no use to me. O Supreme Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisance unto you. O Damodar, O Ananda, O Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, breathe peace upon me. Shower me with your merciful glances and deliver this poor ignorant fool immersed in an ocean-worthy sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodar, as a baby tied to a grinding mortar, you deliver Curious' two sons from the curse of Narada and made them into great devotees. In the same way, please give me pure loving devotion for you. I long for this alone and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodar, obeisance unto the brilliantly fortunate robe binding your belly. Obeisance unto your belly, the abode of the entire universe. Obeisance unto your dear most beloved, Srimati Radharani, and obeisance unto you, O Lord, who displays unlimited pastime. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Piyaya Keshavascha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavadaya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Piyaya Keshavascha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavadaya Namo Namaha. Vrindaya Tulasi Devaya Piyaya Keshavascha Vishnu Bhakti Pade Devi Satyavadaya Namo Namaha. Vrinda Devi Tulasi Maharani ki jai.
Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namaha. Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Eya Bhilashi. Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Eya Bhilashi. જે તો માર શરણ લોય તારા વાંચ પૂર્ણ હોય. કૃપા કોરી કોરો તારે વૃંદાવન વાસી. दीना कृष्ण दासे कोई ये न मोरा होय। दीना कृष्ण दासे कोई ये न मोरा होय। श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा ये न वासी। श्री राधा गोविंदा प्रेमे सदा ये न वासी। नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्णा प्रेयसी। नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणशन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणशन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणशन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय।
वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्तिपदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्तिपदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्तिपदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। Oh Tulasi, beloved Krishna, I bow down before you again and again. My desire to obtain the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Wherever the shelter you have made of fulfilled, bestow mercy upon him and make him a resident of Vrindavan. My desire also grant me residence in the precious groves of Shiva and Dhaam. Thus within my vision shall behold the beautiful pastime Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me a follower of Karhodanso's virgin. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maid servant. This very fallen, lowly servant of Krishna praise. May I always swim in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda. Srimati Tulasi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fences in the matter of chanting holy names should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees or dedicate their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the name of the demigods and Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Veda literature or literature pursuant the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glory of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation of the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities and strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of auspicious ritualistic activities, offering the Veda fruitive activities, karma, kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glory of holy name. 10. To not complete faith in chanting holy names, and to maintain material attachments in your understanding. So many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success. Krishna Prema. Now let us offer most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just desire trees who can fulfill to everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Cheto tarpana marjanam bhavamaha tavakni nirvapanam Shriya kairava chantrika vitaranam vidyavatu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnarmita sadanam Sarvatmasnapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna sankirtanam Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis Tatra pita niyamita smaranena kalaha Etadashi tava kripa bhagavam mamapi Durudaiva desham iha janina nurakaha Trinatapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna Amanina manatena kirtaniya sataharihi Na thanam na janam na sundarim kavitam vajagadisha kamaye Mama jammani jammanishvare bhavata bhaktir haituki tvai Ayinanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam buddha Kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita duri satesham vichintaya Nayanam karata shurudaraya vadanam katkata rudaya gira Pulakai nichitam vapurkata tava nama grahane bhavishati Yugayitam nimishena chakshusha pravishayitam Shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me Ashirishava padaratam pinnashtumam Adarshanam marmhatam karotu va Yatha tatha va vidathatu lampato matprana nathastu se eva na paraha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Glory to the Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust committed for years and distinguishes fire of conditional life for repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is prime benediction for humanity in the large because it expresses a reason benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grants all benediction human beings. Thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names have vested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out kindness enables us to easily approach you by holy name, but I'm so unfortunate and have no attraction for them. One should chant holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tall than the tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be rated of all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O Sanhamananda Krishna, I'm your eternal servitor. Yet somehow I fall into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the items at your lotus feet. O my Lord, one of my eyes bedecked with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant the holy name. One my voice choke up, one hair is my body stand and the recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling of separation, I'm considered a moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipable Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Shri Mangala Charna prayers ki jai. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshum Litam Yena Tasmai Shri Karave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tatati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pachadya Desha Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshapanavi Devi Daitaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayine Prabhavin Namaha Madhuyo Jala Premadya Shri Rupa Nuga Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karana Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dina Darine Rupa Nuga Viruta Pasiddhanta Dvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumistvam Nirdishta Sajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jaganathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpa Turubhishcha Kripa Sindhu Pyevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratishin Namaha Panchatattvatammakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Surathor Pangor Mamamanda Matergati Masarvasva Padam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vindadana Kalpadurmadaha Shimadra Nagara Singhasanasto Shrimad Radha Shira Govinda Devo Prishtaribi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasa Rasarampi Vamsi Vata Tatastitaha Karsham Venu Suner Gopir Gopinatha Shiyestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Mangala Charana prayers ki jai. Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadyaradya Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Parakara Satmasu Kappaviksha Raksha Viteshu Surabhi Rabi Parayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasam Brahmasevyamanam Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Venum Kanantam Aravinda Dalaya Daksham Parharvatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarankam Gantarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shopam Govindam Mahadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Alola Chantakala Savana Madhavamshi Ranangadam Panayakeri Kala Vilasam Shamam Tripanka Laditam Yata Prakasham Govindam Mahadi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Angani Yasya Sakalindira Vritti Pashanti Panti Karayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chimma Satujula Vigrahasya Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Advaitam Achotam Anadi Mananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durabam Adurabam Atma Bhakto Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Pantastu Koti Shatavasara Sampragamyo Vayurathapi Manaso Munipangavanan Sopiasti Yappapada Simya Vichinta Tatve Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ekopya Sora Chayitum Jakatanta Kotim Ya Chakti Rasti Jakatanta Jayaya Dantaha Antantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Yad Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manuchasta Teva Samprapya Rupa Mahimasana Yana Bhushaha Suktaryam Eva Nikama Patitai Stuvanti Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ananda Chimme Rasa Padibhavitapis Tapiya Evan Jarupa Tayakalabihi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilatma Bhutto Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Premanjana Churuti Bhakti Velochanena Santa Sadeva Hidayeshu Velokayanti Yam Shama Sundam Achintya Guna Sarupam Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami Ramadi Murtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavatarama Karo Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhava Paramapumam Yo Govindam Madi Purusham Tamaham Pajami. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the Supreme Godhead. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and is the cause of all causes.
I worship Govinda.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire in abodes built in spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection. By hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or gopis.
worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. Oh, which is there? I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, around whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefolding bending form of Samatundara is eternally manifest.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of the transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas but obtainable by pure, unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning, and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane, extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe, at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord, whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra shuktas told by the Vedas by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm Goloka, with Radha resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency possessed of the 64 artistic activities, in the company of her confident Sakhis, embodiments of her extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shyama Sundara, Krishna himself with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts, with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna in the different avatars in the world, in the forms of Rama, Nrisimha, Vamana, etc., as his subjective portions. Sri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Bhagavad Gita 7.1 Purport. Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtanaha Hridayanta Hiso hi Abhadrani Vidunoti Suhrit Satam Nasta Prayesva Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Tada Rajastamo Bhava Kama Lobha Dayaschayi Cheta Eter Anavidam Sitam Satve Prasidati Evam Prasanna Manaso Bhagavat Bhakti Yogataha Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangasya Jayate Vidyate Hrudya Grantis Chidyante Sarva Samasya Chiyante Chasya Karmani Drishta Eva Atmanishware.
Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literature. 7.1 To hear about Krishna from Vedic literature, or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita, is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as best wishing friend and purifies a devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge.
As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavantam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lusts and avarice are diminished.
When these impurities are wiped away,
When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes and lived by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly.
thus Bhakti Yoga serves the. Yes, please.
Thus, Bhakti Yoga serves the heart not of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of asamsayam samagram, understanding of the supreme absolute truth personality of Godhead.
Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna.
Yeah, we'll start reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 18. नष्टप्रयेष्व अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैस्तिकी nasta destroyed, prayeshu almost to nil, abhadreshu all that is inauspicious, nityam regularly, bhagavata Srimad Bhagavatam or the pure devotee, sevaya by serving, bhagavati unto the personality of Godhead, uttama transcendental, sloke prayers, bhakti loving service, bhavati comes into being, naistiki irrevocable. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here is the remedy for eliminating all inauspicious things within the heart, which are considered to be obstacles in the path of self-realization. The remedy is the association of the Bhagavatas. There are two types of Bhagavatas, namely the book Bhagavata and the devotee Bhagavata. Both the Bhagavatas are competent remedies, and both of them or either of them can be good enough to eliminate the obstacles. A devotee Bhagavata is as good as the book Bhagavata because the devotee Bhagavata leads his life in the terms of the book Bhagavata, and the book Bhagavata is full of information about the personality of Godhead and his pure devotees, who are also Bhagavatas. Bhagavata book and person are identical. The devotee Bhagavata is a direct representation of Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. So by pleasing the devotee Bhagavata, one can receive the benefit of the book Bhagavata. Human reason fails to understand how by serving the devotee Bhagavata or the book Bhagavata one gets gradual promotion on the path of devotion. But actually these are facts explained by Srila Narada Deva, who happened to be a maid servant's son in his previous life. The maid servant was engaged in the menial service of the sages, and thus he also came into contact with them. And simply by associating with them and accepting the remnants of foodstuff left by the sages, the son of the maid servant got the chance to become the great devotee and personality Srila Narada Deva. These are the miraculous effects of the association of Bhagavatas. And to understand these effects practically, it should be noted that by such sincere association of the Bhagavatas, one is sure to receive transcendental knowledge very easily, with the result that he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. The more progress is made in devotional service under the guidance of the Bhagavatas, the more one becomes fixed in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The messages of the book Bhagavata therefore have to be received from the devotee Bhagavata, and the combination of these two Bhagavatas will help the neophyte devotee to make progress on and on.
Chapter 2, verse 19. Tada rajas tamo bhava kama lobhadhyascha ye eda ede anavidam stidam sattve prasidati. Tada at the time, Raja in the mode of passion, Tama the mode of ignorance, Bhava the situation, Kama the lust and desire, Lobha hankering, Adaya others, Cha and Ye whatever they are, Cheda the mind, Eda by these, Anavidham without being affected, Stidam being fixed, Sattva in the mode of goodness, Prasidadi thus becomes fully satisfied. Translation: as soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effects of nature's mode of passion and ignorance, such as lust, desire, and hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes completely happy. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. A living being is in his normal constitutional position, purport by Srila Prabhupada. A living being in his normal constitutional position is fully satisfied in spiritual bliss. This state of existence is called Brahmabhuta or Atmananda, or the state of self-satisfaction. The self-satisfaction is not like the satisfaction of the inactive fool. The inactive fool is in the state of foolish ignorance, whereas the self-satisfied Atmanandi is transcendental to the material state of existence. This stage of perfection is attained as soon as one is fixed in irrevocable devotional service. Devotional service is not in inactivity, but the unalloyed activity of the soul. The soul's activity becomes adulterated in contact with matter, and as such the deceased activities are expressed in the form of lust, desire, hankering, inactivity, foolishness, and sleep. The effect of devotional service becomes manifest by complete elimination of these effects of passion and ignorance. The devotee is fixed at once in the mode of goodness, and he makes further progress to rise to the position of Vasudeva, or the state of unmixed Sattva or Shuddha Sattva. Only in this Shuddha Sattva state can one always see Krishna face to face by dint of pure affection for the Lord. A devotee is always in the mode of unalloyed goodness, therefore he harms no one. But the non-devotee, however educated he may be, is always harmful. A devotee is neither foolish nor passionate. The harmful, foolish, and passionate cannot be devotees of the Lord. However, they may advertise themselves as devotees by outward dress. A devotee is always qualified with all the good qualities of God. Quantitatively, such qualification may be different, but qualitatively both the Lord and his devotee are one and the same.
Text 20, Canto 1, Chapter 2. Evam prasanna manaso bhagavad bhakti yogataha bhagavad bhakta jnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Evam, thus, prasanna, enlivened, manasa, of the mind, bhagavad bhakti, the devotional service of the Lord, yogata, by contact of, bhagavat, regarding the personality of Godhead, tattva, knowledge, vijnanam, scientific, mukta, liberated, sangasya, of the association, jayate, becomes effective. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thus established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in the stage of liberation from all material association. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.3, it is said that out of many thousands of ordinary men, one fortunate man endeavors for perfection in life. Mostly men are conducted by the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus they are engaged always in lust, desire, hankerings, ignorance, and sleep. Out of many such man-like animals, there is actually a man who knows the responsibility of human life, and thus tries to make life perfect by following the prescribed duties. And out of many thousands of such persons who have thus attained success in human life, one may know scientifically about the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. In the same Bhagavad Gita 18.55, it is also said that scientific knowledge of Sri Krishna is understood only by the process of devotional service Bhakti Yoga. The very same thing is confirmed here in the above words. No ordinary man or even one who has attained success in human life can know scientifically or perfectly the personality of Godhead. Perfection of human life is attained when one can understand that he is not the product of matter, but is in fact spirit. And as soon as one understands that he has nothing to do with the matter, he at once ceases his material hankerings and becomes enlivened as a spiritual being. This attainment of success is possible when one is above the modes of passion and ignorance, or in other words, when one is actually a Brahmana by qualification. A Brahmana is a symbol of Sattva Guna, or the mode of goodness, and others who are not in the mode of goodness are either Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Sudras, or less than the Sudras. The Brahminical stage is the highest stage of human life because of its good qualities. So one cannot be a devotee unless one at least qualifies as a Brahmana. The devotee is already a Brahmana by action, but that is not the end of it. As referred to above, such a Brahmana has to become a Vaishnava, in fact, to be actually in the transcendental stage. A pure Vaishnava is a liberated soul and is transcendental even to the position of Brahmana. In the material stage, even a Brahmana is also a conditioned soul, because although in the Brahminical stage the conception of Brahman or transcendent is realized, scientific knowledge of the Supreme Lord is lacking. One has to surpass the Brahminical stage and reach the Vasudeva stage to understand the personality of Godhead Krishna. The science of the personality of Godhead is a subject matter for study by the postgraduate students in the spiritual line. Foolish men or men with a poor fund of knowledge do not understand the Supreme Lord, and they interpret Krishna according to their respective whims. The fact is, however, that one cannot understand the science of the personality of Godhead unless one is freed from the contamination of the material modes, even up to the stage of a Brahmana. When a qualified Brahmana actually becomes a Vaishnava, in the enlivened state of liberation, he can know what is actually the personality of Godhead.
Text Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 21. Vidyate hridaya granthis chijam te sarva samsayaha shiyante chasya karmani drishta evatmanishvare. Vidyate pierce hridaye heart grantihi knots chidyante cut to pieces. Sarva all samsayaha misgivings shiyante terminated. Cha and Asya his karmani chain of furtive activities. Dishte having seen. Eva certainly atmanya unto the self. Eva Ishvare dominating. Translation. Thus the knot in the heart is pierced, and all the misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of furtive activities is terminated when one sees the self as master. Purport by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Attaining scientific knowledge of the personality of God and means seeing one's own self simultaneously. As far as the identity of the living being as spirit self is concerned, there are a number of speculations and misgivings. The materialist does not believe in the existence of the spirit self, and empiric philosophers believe in the impersonal feature of the whole spirit without individuality of the living beings. But the transcendentalists affirm that the soul and the supersoul are two different identities, qualitatively one but quantitatively different. There are many other theories, but all these different speculations are at once cleared off as soon as Sri Krishna is realized in truth by the process of Bhakti Yoga. Sri Krishna is like the sun, and the materialist speculations about the absolute truth are like the darkest midnight. As soon as the Krishna sun is arising within one's heart, the darkness of materialistic speculations about the absolute truth and the living beings is at once cleared off. In the presence of the sun, and darkness cannot stand, and the relative truths that were hidden within the dense darkness of ignorance become clearly manifested by the mercy of Krishna, who is residing in everyone's heart as the Super Soul. In the Bhagavad Gita 10.11, the Lord says that in order to show special favor to his devotees, he personally eradicates the dense darkness all misgivings by switching on the light of pure knowledge within the heart of the devotee. Therefore, because of the personality of Godhead taking charge of illuminating the heart of his devotees, certainly a devotee engaged in this service in transcendental love cannot remain in darkness. He comes to know everything of the absolute truth and the relative truths. The devotee cannot remain in darkness, and because the devotee is enlightened by the personality of God, his knowledge is certainly perfect. This is not the case for those who speculate on the absolute truth by dint of their own limited power of approach. Perfect knowledge is called parampara, or deductive knowledge, coming down from the authority to the submissive oral receiver who is bona fide by service and surrender. One cannot challenge the authority of the Supreme and know him also at the same time. He reserves the right of not being exposed to such challenging spirit of an insignificant spark of the whole, a spark subjected to the control of illusory energy. The devotee are submissive, and therefore the transcendental knowledge descends from the personality of Godhead to Brahma, and from Brahma to his sons and disciples in succession. This process is held by the Supreme Soul, Super Soul, within such devotees. That is the perfect way of learning transcendental knowledge. This enlightenment perfectly enables the devotee to distinguish spirit from matter, because the knot of spirit and matter is untied by the Lord. This knot is called ahankara, and it falsely obliges a living being to become identified with matter. As soon as this knot is loosened, therefore, all the clouds of doubt are at once cleared off. One sees his master and fully engages himself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, making a full termination of the chain of fruitive action. In material existence, a living being creates his own chain of fruitive work and enjoys the good and bad effects of those actions life after life. But as soon as he engages himself in the loving service of the Lord, he at once becomes free from the chain of karma. His actions no longer create any reaction.
अतो वै कवयो नित्यं भक्तिं परमया मुदा वासुदेव भगवती कुर्वन्ति आत्मप्रसादिनं धनिम्. Ata, therefore, why, certainly, Kavaha, all transcendentalists, Nityam, from time, immemorial, Bhaktim, service unto the Lord, Paramaya, supreme, Muda, with great delight, Vasudeve, Sri Krishna, Bhagavati, the personality of Godhead, Kurvanti, do render, Atma, self, Prasadinam, that which enlivens. Translation. Certainly, therefore, since time immemorial, all transcendentalists have been rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, with great delight, because such devotional service is enlivening to the self. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The speciality of devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna is specifically mentioned herein. Lord Sri Krishna is the Swayam Rupam, personality of Godhead, and all other forms of Godhead, beginning from Sri Baladeva, Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Narayana, and extending to the Purusha avatars, Guna avatars, and Leela avatars, Yuga avatars, and many other thousands of manifestations of the personality of Godhead, are Lord Sri Krishna's plenary portions and integrated parts. The living entities are separated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, Lord Shri Krishna is the original form of Godhead, and he is the last word in the transcendence. Thus, he is more attractive to the higher transcendentalists who participate in the eternal pastimes of the Lord. In forms of the personality of Godhead other than Shri Krishna and Baladeva, there is no facility for intimate personal contact as in the transcendental pastimes of the Lord at Brajabhumi. The transcendental pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna are not newly accepted, as argued by some less intelligent persons. His pastimes are eternal and manifested in due course once in a day of Brahmaji, as the sun rises on the eastern horizon at the end of every 24 hours.
Canto 1.2.23 Sattvam Rajastam Iti Prakrite Gunaster Yukta Prahar Purusha Eka Hasya Datte Stiyayatye Harivrinchi Hareti Samnya Shreyasi Tatra Kalut Sattvatanur Nrunam Syuh Sattvam, goodness, Raja, passion, Tamah, the darkness of ignorance, Iti, thus, Prakrite, of the material nature, Guna, qualities, Te, by them, Yukta, associated with, Para, transcendental, Purusha, the personality, Ekaha, one, Iha Asya, of this material world, Datte, accepts, Sthiti Adye, or for the matter of creation, maintenance and destruction, etc. Hari, Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. Vrinchi, Brahma. Hara, Lord Shiva. Iti, thus. Samnyaha, different features. Shreyamshi, ultimate benefit. Tatra, therein. Khalu, of course. Sattva, goodness. Tanoh, form. Nrunam, of the human being. Syuh, derived. Syuha. Translation. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three quality forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of the quality of goodness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. That Lord Sri Krishna, by his plenary parts, should be rendered devotional service as explained above, is confirmed by this statement. Lord Sri Krishna and all his plenary parts are Vishnu Tattva, or the Lordship of Godhead. From Sri Krishna, the next manifestation is Baladeva. From Baladeva is Sankarshana. From Sankarshana is Narayana. From Narayana, there is the second Sankarshana. And from this Sankarshana, the Vishnu Purusha avatars. The Vishnu, or the deity of the quality of goodness in the material world, is the Purusha avatara known as Kshirodakasayi Vishnu or Paramatma. Brahma is the deity of Rajas, passion, and Shiva of ignorance. They are the three departmental heads of the three qualities of this material world. Creation is made possible by the goodness of Vishnu, and when it requires to be destroyed, Lord Shiva does it by the Tandava Nritya. The materialists and the foolish human beings worship Brahma and Shiva respectively. But the pure transcendentalists worship the form of goodness, Vishnu, in his various forms. Vishnu is manifested by his millions and billions of integrated forms and separated forms. The integrated forms are called Godhead, and the separated forms are called the living entities, are the Jivas. Both the Jivas and Godhead have their original spiritual forms. Jivas are sometimes subjected to the control of material energy, but the Vishnu forms are always controllers of this energy. When Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, appears in the material world, He comes to deliver the conditioned living beings who are under the material energy. Such living beings appear in the material world with intentions of being lords, and thus they become entrapped by the three modes of nature. As such, the living entities have to change their material coverings for undergoing different terms of imprisonment. The prison house of the material world is created by Brahma under instruction of the personality of Godhead, and at the conclusion of a kalpa, the whole thing is destroyed by Shiva. But as far as maintenance of the prison house is concerned, it is done by Vishnu, as much as the state prison house is maintained by the state. Anyone, therefore, who wishes to get out of this prison house of material existence, which is full of miseries like repetition of birth, death, disease, and old age, must please Lord Vishnu for such liberation. Lord Vishnu is worshipped by devotional service only, and if anyone has to continue prison life in the material world, he may ask for relative facilities for temporary relief from the different demigods like Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and Varuna. No demigod, however, can release the imprisoned living being from the conditioned life of material existence. This can be done only by Vishnu. Therefore, the ultimate benefit may be derived from Vishnu, the personality of Godhead.
1.2.24 Parthiva Taruna Dhumas Tasmat Agnistraimaha Tamasastu Rajas Tasmat Satvam Yat Brahma Darshanam. Synonyms: Parthivat, from earth; Daruna, firewood; Dhumaha, smoke; Tasmat, from that; Agnihi, fire; Trai, Vedic sacrifices; Maya, made of; Tamasa, in the mode of ignorance; Tu, but; Raja, the mode of passion; Tasmat, from that; Satvam, the mode of goodness; Yat, which; Brahma, the absolute truth; Darshanam, realization. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Firewood is a transformation of earth, but smoke is better than the raw wood, and fire is still better, for by fire we can derive the benefits of superior knowledge through Vedic sacrifices. Similarly, passion or rajas is better than ignorance, tamas, but goodness, sattva, is best because by goodness one can come to realize the absolute truth. Purport by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada. As explained above, one can get release from the conditioned life of material existence by devotional service to the personality of Godhead. It is further comprehended herein that one has to rise to the platform of the mode of goodness, sattva, so that one can be eligible for the devotional service of the Lord. But if there are impediments on the progressive path, anyone, even from the platform of tamas, can gradually rise to the sattva platform by the expert direction of the spiritual master. Sincere candidates must therefore approach an expert spiritual master for such a progressive march, and the bona fide expert spiritual master is competent to direct a disciple from any stage of life, tamas, rajas, or sattva. It is a mistake, therefore, to consider that worship of any quality or any form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is equally beneficial. Except Vishnu, all separated forms are manifested under the conditions of the material energy, and therefore the forms of material energy cannot help anyone to rise to the platform of sattva, which alone can liberate a person from material bondage. The uncivilized state of life, or the life of the lower animals, is controlled by the mode of tamas. The civilized life of man, with a passion for various types of material benefits, is the stage of rajas. The rajas stage of life gives a slight clue to the realization of the absolute truth in the forms of fine sentiments in philosophy, art, and culture with moral and ethical principles. But the mode of sattva is a still higher stage of material quality, which actually helps one in realizing the absolute truth. In other words, there is a qualitative difference between the different kinds of worshipping methods as well as the respective results derived from the predominating deities, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Hara.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 25. Bhejire munayotthagre bhagavantam adokshajam sattvam visuddham kshemaya kalpante yenu taniha. Bhejire rendered service unto Munaya, the sages, atas, thus, agre, previously, bhagavantam, unto the personality of Godhead, adokshajam, the transcendence, sattvam, existence, vishuddham, above the three modes of nature, kshemaya, to derive the ultimate benefit, kalpante, deserve, ye, those, anu, follow, than, those, iha, in this material world. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Previously, all the great sages rendered service unto the personality of Godhead due to his existence above the three modes of material nature. They worshipped him to become free from material conditions and thus derive the ultimate benefit. Whoever follows such great authorities is also eligible for liberation from the material world. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The purpose of performing religion is neither to profit by material gain nor to get the simple knowledge of discerning matter from spirit. The ultimate aim of religious performances is to release oneself from material bondage and regain the life of freedom in the transcendental world, where the personality of Godhead is the Supreme Person. Laws of religion, therefore, are directly enacted by the personality of Godhead, and except for the Mahajans, Janas, other authorized agents of the Lord, no one knows the purpose of religion. There are 12 particular agents of the Lord who know the purpose of religion, and all of them render transcendental service unto him. Persons who desire their own good may follow these Mahajans and thus attain the supreme benefit.
Canto 1, Chapter 2, verse 26. Mumukshovo Gora Rupan Hitva Bhuda Padin Hada Narayana Kada Shanta Bhajantihi Anishoya. Mumukshva, persons desiring liberation. Ghora, horrible. Ghastly, Ruban, forms like that. Hitva, rejecting. Bhudavadin, demigods. Ada, for this reason. Narayana, the personality of Godhead. Kala, plenary portions. Shanta, all blissful. Bhajanti, do worship. He, certainly. Anasuya, non-envious. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those who are serious about liberation are certainly non-envious and they respect all. Yet they reject the horrible and ghastly forms of the demigods and worship only the all blissful forms of Lord Vishnu and his plenary portions. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is the original person of Vishnu categories, expands himself in two different categories, namely integrated plenary portions and separated parts and parcels. The separated parts and parcels are the servitors, and the integrated plenary portions of Vishnu Tattvas are the worshipable objects of service. All demigods who are empowered by the Supreme Lord are also separated parts and parcels. They do not belong to the categories of Vishnu Tattva. The Vishnu Tattva are living beings equally as powerful as the original form of the personality of Godhead, and they display different categories of power in consideration of different times and circumstances. The separated parts and parcels are powerful by limitation. They do not have the unlimited power like Vishnu Tattvas. Therefore, one should never classify the Vishnu Tattvas or the plenary portions of Narayana, the personality of Godhead, in the same categories with the parts and parcels. If anyone does so, he becomes at once an offender by the name Pashanti. In the age of Kali, many foolish persons commit such unlawful offenses and equalize the two categories. The separated parts and parcels have different positions in the estimation of material powers, and some of them are like Kalabhairava, Shamana Bhairava, Shani, Mahakali, and Chandiga. These demigods are worshipped mostly by those who are in the lowest categories of the mode of darkness or ignorance. Other demigods like the Brahma, Shiva, Surya, Ganesha, and many similar deities are worshipped by men in the mode of passion, urged on by the desire for material enjoyment. But those who are actually situated in the mode of goodness, Sattva-guna, or of material nature, worship only Vishnu Tattvas. Vishnu Tattvas are represented by various names and forms such as Narayana, Damodara, Vamana, Govinda, and Adhokshaja. The qualified Brahmanas worship the Vishnu Tattvas represented by Saligrama Shila, and some of the higher castes like the Kshatriyas and Vaishyas also generally worship the Vishnu Tattvas. Highly qualified Brahmanas situated in the mode of goodness have no grudges against the mode of worship of others. They have all respect for all respect for other demigods, even though they may look ghastly like Kalabhairava or Mahakali. They know very well that these horrible features of Supreme Lord are all different servitors of the Lord under different conditions. Yet they reject the worship of both horrible and attractive features of the demigods, and they concentrate only on the forms of Vishnu because they are serious about liberation from the material conditions. The demigods, even to the stage of Brahma, the supreme of all the demigods, cannot offer liberation to anyone. Hiranyakashipu underwent a severe type of penance to become eternal in life, but his worshipful deity Brahma could not satisfy him with such blessings. Therefore, Vishnu and none else is called Muktipada, or the personality of Godhead who can bestow upon us Mukti, liberation. The demigods, being like other living entities in the material world, are all liquidated at the time of the annihilation of the material structure. They are themselves unable to get liberation, and what to speak of giving liberation to their devotees. The demigods can award the worshippers some temporary benefit only, and not the ultimate one. It is for this reason only the candidates of liberation deliberately reject the worship of the demigods, although they have no disrespect for any one of them.
Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 27. Rajastama prakriteya samasila bhajanti vai pitrubhuta prajesadin Sri Aishwarya Prajepshava. Raja, the mode of passion, Tama, the mode of ignorance, Prakrutayaha, of that mentality, Samasila, of the same categories, Bhajanti, do worship. Why actually? Pitru, the forefathers, Bhuta, other living beings, Prajesadin, controllers of the cosmic administration, Shriya, enrichment, Aishwarya, wealth and power, Praja, progeny, Ipsava, so desiring. Translation by His Divine Grace is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance worship the forefathers, other living beings, and the demigods who are in charge of cosmic activities. For they are urged by a desire to be materially benefited with women, wealth, power, and progeny. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. There is no need to worship demigods of whatsoever category if one is serious about going back to Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.20 and 23, it is clearly said that those who are mad after material enjoyment approach the different demigods for temporary benefits, which are meant for men with a poor fund of knowledge. We should never desire to increase the depth of material enjoyment. Material enjoyment should be accepted only up to the point of the bare necessities of life, and not more or less than that. To accept more material enjoyment means to bind oneself more and more to the miseries of material existence. More wealth, more women, and false aristocracy are some of the demands of the materially disposed man because he has no information of the benefit derived from Vishnu worship. By Vishnu worship, one can derive benefit in this life as well as in life after death. Forgetting these principles, foolish people who are after more wealth, more wives, and more children, worship various demigods. The aim of life is to end the miseries of life and not to increase them. For material enjoyment, there is no need to approach the demigods. The demigods are but servants of the Lord. As such, they are duty bound to supply necessities of life in the form of water, light, air, etc. One should work hard and worship the Supreme Lord by the fruits of one's hard labor for existence, and that should be the motto of life. One should be very careful to execute occupational service with faith in God in the proper way, and that will lead one gradually and the progressive march back to the Godhead. Lord Sri Krishna, when he was personally present at Vrajadama, stopped the worship of the demigod Indra and advised the residents of Vraja to worship by their business and to have faith in God. Worshipping the multi demigods for material gain is practically a perversity of religion. This sort of religious activity has been condemned in the very beginning of the Bhagavatam as Kaitava Dharma. There is only one religion in the world to be followed by one and all, and that is the Bhagavata Dharma, or the religion which teaches one to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead and no one else.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhagati Satma Bando Mui Savatana Mate Jahara Prasade Bai E Baba Toriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoi Jaha Hoi Te
Krishna Prati Hoi Jaha Hoi Te
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Gori Vaikya
Guru Mukha
श्री गुरु चरणे रति ऐसे उत्तमा गति जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा
जय प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा
चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेदे गाय गहर चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम जनर बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना हा हा प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद जय ए बेजा जुषु त्रिभुवाना श्रील प्रभुपाद पतित पवना नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमदे भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा नील माधव, राधा नील माधव श्री राधे.
जय राधा नील माधव, राधा नील माधव श्री राधे.
जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा.
जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा.
निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल.
जय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, जय गौर हरि बोल.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परियाति अष्टोत्तर स्वामी भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की, नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की, तुलसी देवी की, भक्ति देवी की, वृंदा देवी की, श्याम कुंद राधकुंद गिरिगौरधाम की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन भगवान की, सीताराम लक्ष्मण भगवान जी की, लक्ष्मण नरसिंह प्रहलाद महाराज की, श्री श्री राधा नील माधव भगवान की, श्री श्री गौरनिताय भगवान की, शीला प्रभुपाद. All glories to us, all glories to us, all glories to us, all glories, all glories. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain our pure devotion service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words of emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From his ecstatic prema emanates, by him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Loganatha Goswami, O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds.